You know, after doing an absurdly long RPG playthrough, and I believe bringing this up offhandedly a couple times back during the Mario 64 LP, I think it's only about time we tackle one of Rareware's other projects that aren't just distinctly the Donkey Kong Country trilogy. We've tackled the Zeldas, we've tackled Mario 64, I've technically even tackled Smash already, by definition at least. Time for us to tackle one of the next major childhood staples for a lot of people on the N64, Banjo-Kazooie by Rareware. Notably, I'm playing the N64 release and not the various Xbox releases, as this was released on the Xbox Live Arcade on the Xbox 360 Beyond, and is also available on the Xbox One Beyond as a part of the Rare Replay package. I don't have that though, because the only Xbox we had while I was growing up was the original Xbox, and my brother took it to college, and it promptly got stolen, so oh well!
Dingpot by the bench. Who is the nicest looking wench?
Why, it's Grunty any day. She really takes my breath away.
Yes, you're right. I'm rather proud. My looks stand me out from the crowd.
But there is this girl.
What do you mean? This cannot be. There's no one prettier than me!
Why, it's Tootie, young and small. She's the prettiest girl of all.
No, you must be mad! Nicer beauty can't be had!
Unfortunately, I think you'll find... It's Tootie! She's cute and kind.
Well, we'll see about that.
Hi there, Tootie. What are you going to do today?
When my big blazy brother wakes up, we're going on an adventure. Wake up! I want to go on an adventure too. If Tootie thinks she's fairer than me, I'll steer her looks, and ugly she'll be.
Is that your brother?
Where, Mr. Mole? I can't see him.
Up there in the sky.
I don't think so. Who is that? Come to me, my little pretty. You'll soon be ugly. What a pity.
Let me go, you ugly old hag. Don't scratch and bite, my little bear. You'll soon need bigger underwear. Oh no, she's got her. Somebody help.
Banjo, wake up! Now!
Ooh, what do you want, Kazooie?
Let's get outside. There's trouble.
And thus the game begins. And we already get our first tutorial prompt. Listen up, I'm Bottles, the short-sighted mole. I am Banjo, and this here's my buddy Kazooie. Sure is a strange-looking buddy, Banjo. Can it talk?
Better than you can, Goggle Boy.
What was all that noise about? Where's my sister Tootie? The ugly witch Gruntilda swooped down out of the sky and grabbed her.
Calm down, Geeky. We'll get her back. Where did she go?
She flew up to her mountain lair. It's really dangerous, so you'll probably need some training before you go up there. Press A if you want me to teach you some basic moves, or press B if you think you're already good enough. We'd like some help, Bottles. What do we do? Explore this area and look out for my molehills. Stand next to them and press B to call me. See you soon. So you can effectively skip a majority of this game's tutorial by actively pressing A there, but for the sake of the LP, I'm gonna go talk to Bottles into every single molehill. Anyone home? Hello again. Let's start with the camera controls. They're on the yellow C buttons.
Jeez, that's nothing special.
Try this then, Beaky. Tap R to move the camera behind Banjo.
Is that all worm breath?
No, hold R to keep the camera behind your feathery butt. Try it out, and I'll see you at the next molehill. Now, there are benefits to actively exploring Spiral Mountain here, even if you do ignore the tutorial and just get all your moves by default. But I'm just doing this so I have a reason to be at every area. Your jump could do with some help.
Heh, what do moles know about jumping?
More than you. Press A to jump and hold it to jump higher. Wee. Come on, Feathers. You can give him a hand.
Why? I look silly, I know it.
Jump, then press A again in the air for a double jump. This double jump's actively better for distance than it is for height, though.
That's it, we're all ready to move on.
Not until you learn this one. First, you must stand like this.
What, wearing ridiculous glasses and a silly grin?
I'm not listening. Hold Z and then press A for the mighty flat flip jump. This is your pretty basic backflip jump that gives you the best height you can do for any jump in the game. That's all the jumps. Keep practicing. In most cases, a lot of platforms are going to be high enough where if a double jump isn't enough, the flat flip jump will immediately give you all the height you need and probably even then some.
I'm an extra honeycomb piece. Collect 6 of us to increase your energy bar.
6 of those means more health, and more health is always going to help us out. Fancy learning to swim underwater? Ooh, sounds difficult. And I'll get my fur wet.
Come on, Banjo, I want to swim. Spill the beans, Specky.
Use the control stick to swim on the surface. To swim underwater, press B to dive. Go on, give it a try. Swimming in this game is pretty responsive compared to a lot of other games in the generation, I find. While underwater, Banjo can press A to kick his legs. And the winged Wonder can press B to use her wings. By pressing B, you get a bigger distance and speed boost, but it's a little harder to control. Meanwhile, Banjo, using the A button's a lot easier to control for small distances. Our next honeycomb piece is also directly in the water. And worth noting, by default, your turn radius underwater is frankly terrible, but you can actively hold down the R button on the N64 controller, and it'll tremendously increase your turn radius. I think it's because the game's technically trying to keep the camera behind you or something. For whatever reason it happens, either way, it's good to know that because it can really help you out in any water section of the game if you're trying to, say, get out of the water quickly enough, because if you're in the water too long, your oxygen meter on the left will drain, and get this, if you drown, it's a death, and For reasons we'll get into, probably more in part 2 or 3, dying mid-level really sucks in the N64 release. That's our third honeycomb. There's 6 here in Spiral Mountain, by the way, as well as our first extra life. Look out for me. I mean extra life. Lives are complicated in this game where in the N64 version they do matter quite a bit more than later releases, but even then if I'm playing the game right, I barely die at all. Hey Banjo, I hope you're not afraid of heights.
I'm not. Tell me about flying, Root Muncher.
Not yet. Banjo, jump onto a tree and then use the control stick to climb up or down. Pretty standard climbing stuff, pretty much the exact same as it was in Mario 64 really. You'll find plenty of other things to climb. Yeah, it's not just trees we're gonna be climbing. We're gonna be climbing things like roots, vines, pipes, ladders, all that jazz. But on top of this tree, we can specifically flat flip jump to get another honeycomb piece, which I'm probably not gonna call it the flat flip jump after this specific video because to me, it's just the backflip. Honestly, it's a very small area, but Spiral Mountain goes a long way to become one of my favorite tutorial areas in any 3D platformer I played, Collectathon or not, over the years, because they just designed this really well for me. My beak barge attack needs the help of old chicken legs.
At least I've got some legs, short stuff.
Hold Z, then press B for a powerful beak barrage. This is pretty much a charge move where you shoulder check into a nearby rock. See, Banjo? She is useful for something.
I'm trying this move out on you next, Jam Jars.
Breaking every rock gets you our next honeycomb. But yeah, Spiral Mountain, I think they do a good job here of A, separating the moves into their own separate areas they have to explore to find so you get used to how the game's gonna play, but also the information of each move is pretty self-contained due to that in a way I find pretty useful. Banjo, it's time for you to learn the claw swipe attack. What is it? I must know. Simply press B when standing still or moving slowly. Sounds good. What can I try it out on? Well, how about Bird Brain?
Just try it, Bottle Boy.
Only kidding. Let me find something with a challenge. Ah, there's Topper. Whack him, Banjo. Banjo's own attacks are honestly really lackluster. I don't really use him to attack too often, as this basic claw swipe attack has such pitiful range and speed. Wow, nice one. Try another.
Hey, I want some moves.
Most of the times if I do any kind of combat in this game, I'm using one of the next 2 moves we're about to learn here. Now try my fearsome forward roll.
I want to learn to fly now.
Roll by running and pressing B. I'll see if I can find ball for you to practice on. The roll attack has a really good range compared to the claw swipe. Only issue is once you use it, you're kind of locked into that direction. Bullseye. One more.
Stop rolling, I feel sick.
Prepare for a lot of chatting, by the way. This is a very chatty game, despite being a 3D platformer. You don't see those in tandem too often, honestly. It's time for the buzzer to learn a trick.
It better be a good one, Squinty.
Try out the rat-a-tat-rat by jumping and pressing B in the air. Now, where's Collywobble? This is pretty much the best move you have in the game, as not only is it the fastest active attack to come out when it comes to the hitbox, but you have the biggest control of movement while you're doing it. Not bad, Featherface.
Give me another Bug Eyes.
Kazooie craves violence. Get used to it, it's kind of a trend. That's it. You've learned all the basic moves. Meet me at the top of the Spiral Mountain, and I'll tell you what to do next. By defeating all the enemies here, you get our 6th honeycomb piece, and thus our HP has been increased by 1 honeycomb. And while the HP being low as it is doesn't matter too much in an early game, trust me, by late game you're going to want it. The other thing I really do enjoy on a design level about Spiral Mountain is that each of the main 6 tutorial areas give you a honeycomb piece, meaning you're really incentivized to explore the area even on subsequent playthroughs. It's ultimately very fast and it's a very small area which helps it, but it does make for a very quick refresher even if you get all the moves by default from bottles at that first interaction. To immediately compare to 2 distinct contemporaries on the N64 at least, are the Zelda games on the N64, which I adore. Kokiri Forest is a small area, but on subsequent playthroughs it can be a bit of a slog because of all the dialogue you have to get through and all that. They kind of let you get past that here, and well, Clocktown, as much as I love it, that's a pretty slow first hour. Well done, guys. You ready to tackle the witch now?
We sure are. Show us the way, Bottle Boy.
I fixed the bridge so you can cross it and enter Gruntilda's lair. Thanks, Bottles. Look out for me inside. Good luck. That's a very minor difference there, but if you actively get all the moves from Bottles by default by pressing A at that option earlier on, this bridge is open the entire time. But if you go out of the way to learn all 6 moves, this bridge is broken until you have all 6 moves.
This fine contraption, so I'm told, will make me young and tooty old. Let me go, you fat hag. My brother will come and kick your butt. Rescue you he will not dare. There's many dangers in my lair. Hurry, Klungo, push that switch. I'm tired of being an ugly witch.
Yes, Mistress Grunty. Power is on. Soon be ready.
Banjo, help. There he is. The fun begins. My tricks and traps. We'll see who wins.
Welcome to Gruntilda's lair. The entire rest of the game is within this area. This is effectively the Peach's castle for the game. With that said, because it's the Peach's castle, our main levels are actually going to be located within it in different portions. And because we can't go up that wall, we can only really go in here for now, where there's this giant hill with a door on it. And if we look to our right, we have something pretty important. Get this, an N64 platformer with paintings. Who knew? You found a jigsaw picture. Stand on the jigsaw-shaped podium, and I'll explain what you have to do. But we don't have a jigsaw piece to fill in the empty slot. So with what we already have here, we can probably tell, well, there's probably something back in this room. In fact, if you look right up there, we even saw it. Up here is our first of the power stars for the game. Backflip on up here, and we grab our first of 100 Jiggies.
Hey, it's me, Mr. Jiggy. Now go and find a picture with a piece missing.
You don't need to get all 100 to beat the game like with most of the platformers. I think in most you need like 70-something. Future Me will probably correct me with the exact number. Because this is a game I've only ever 100%ed, so I've never actually done a minimalist run due to that. So with that in hand, let's head over here to our first painting and gain access to our first real level. To enter the world shown on the picture, you must fill in the missing spaces with the jigsaw pieces.
We've got the first jigsaw piece, Goggle Boy.
Great! To fill in the missing spaces on a picture, press A. If you don't want to use any jigsaw pieces, press B to leave. Well, we only got one choice here, so in we go. That's it! The picture's complete, and the door to Mumbo's Mountain is open.
That was such an easy fit. The others may just test your wit.
Gruntilda rhymes a lot, by the way. Get used to that. Some of them are funny, some of them feel like they're kind of reaches. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 2, we're tackling our first world in Mumbo's Mountain. See you guys then.